Yeah.
That's what you're saying? You'll see a line, you'll be like, you know what? I can add a love instead of an A.
Yeah, the, they, them,
So you,
at, you know what I'm saying?
so you just edit as you go.
Yeah, you might edit syllables, you might edit vocabulary, you might edit pattern, it might even be some pauses, you know, where I might want to take a pause here, and instead of picking up on the one, I might pause for a minute and then pick up on the two. You know what I'm saying? Or I might not pause at all, just fill that whole pause up with words.
Right.
You know.
Give me an example of, if you could think of an example of, like one of those situations where you put a pregnant pause somewhere, you might say, all right, when you're writing it and you see it differently from the writer's perspective.
Let's take the third verse of No Matter What. I originally wrote that verses, even in solitude, you see they still know how to do, you know, I show them how to do what you do, you ain't got a clue, cause all you do is follow through, you sound like a lot of dudes, now weather whatever storm, make it out without a bruise. I see, I understand why when my hand tied, they choose to take shots, cause if I'm out there, it's a landslide. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was kind of run along.
Right. It was kind of beating over their head.
Yeah.
People hear it like,
They like
this. This makes your head,
man,
when they do that.
bombarding me with vocabulary. So that's why I just say, you know, even in solitude, I still know how to do it. I show you how to do what you do, you ain't got a clue. All you do is follow through. Sound like a lot of dudes, whatever storm, make it out without a bruise. I understand why. Now when my hands tied, they take shots as if I'm out there, it's a landslide. But revenge is best served as a cold dish. Suckers will get served, nigga, no shit. You see what I'm saying? Like that was the evolution of that one verse.
It seems like you gave it some breathing room because you wanted people to hear it.
Yeah, you know, I gave myself time to land the appropriate punches.
Right.
You know.
So it's like a boxing match. Jab,
Boxing match, chess game, you know.
Right.
Yeah. So, nonetheless.
Do you go into your lyrics? What do you have in mind? Do you listen to the read? I mean, listen to do you have the audience in mind, like how they're going to be hit? Is it just need to get this off your chest? Or is it maybe, you know, this one could be the biggest hit? Or is it all of those things?
It depends on the record. It depends on the record. I mean, like for instance, I guess we can go back to a record like No Matter What. I had something on my chest, you know, but then the audience was in mine too, because I felt that there were things that I wanted to say that they needed to hear. You know, I can't go out there to each individual fan and say, hey, listen, you know. And
you try, it takes a while.
Yeah, man, I ain't got that kind of time. And you know what I'm saying, when you speak to them, it's not really, you're not sure. You only get to speak to them that one time, and when you see them. When you leave, they can misinterpret what you said. They can misunderstand it. And not to mention, they can tune you out, you know, or they can interrupt you. You know what I'm saying? Once you put it in a record, they hear it over and over. They might hear one thing when they hear it first, then they keep listening to it and say, oh, that's what he said. That's what he meant. And they might have some understanding, as well as they can't interrupt you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They gotta listen. They don't get a chance to talk, they just listen. And that I felt that was needed. There was a time in my life, in my career, that I needed to speak to them uninterrupted, and I needed them to know where I stood. And those things that I had on my chest that I needed to get off. Whereas you take a song like whenever you like,
Which is one of those ones where the flow feel like it was expanded. Like it was a different feel.
Thank you.
From what you normally do. It felt like it was an artistic, evolution.
Yeah. I mean, a record like Whatever You Like, I was totally focusing on the fans, my female fans in particular. And it wasn't necessarily anything I had on my chest. It It was something. It was no
Hold up.
good on nature.